Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rulers of the underworld, or specifically the ruler of Manga Hell. And today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of the Four Knights of the Apocalypse series, chapter 55, titled Tristan. So I guess it's gonna be mostly a Tristan focused chapter. I mean, it does make sense. After all, the chapter with Lancelot was mostly focused on him. Although it's kind of funny how we have these two chapters focusing on the other two knights kind of very closely. I mean, I'm not saying it's like directly, like there has been a gap between Lancelot's introduction and Tristan. It's just it's kind of funny how we have them relatively close. But oh well, that comedy aside, let's get into this chapter. And the first page we get is actually Tristan's page. Well, a color page for Tristan. No, it's not a full body spat like it was for Lancelot, for example, but we get a good idea of his design. And his design is, well, one thing, his hair is mostly kept the same, it's just, I honestly had no real problems with Tristan's original haircut style when he was a child. But here, it does look, I think, a bit better, and I feel like most people are gonna say that, but I'm not exactly sure. As for the rest, he seems to have, well, manga colors, anyways. He seems to go with a more of this like orange yellow kind of coat thing, with underneath have more of a light blue aesthetic, with a bunch with a white armor, and I think a symbol of Leonis on his chest that's a bit covered by the coat. As well as one blue earring, and his eyes are one side blue and the other side green. I'm not sure if that was originally, like, I think originally it was a bit different, but I might be wrong. Kind of funny how this combination of angel and demon is less demonic and more angelic. Like, if you saw him, you wouldn't think of a half angel. You would think, not think of a half angel and half demon. You would think a full angel. But maybe that's just when he goes serious, he activates more into his unholy side. So yes, anyways, we cut to the actual chapter where we see a Tristan walking and it's actually emphasized on his tap. As we have Isola be like, Prince Tristan, please report back home. Uh, as then we have Jade, I think he's the closer one to the palace. He's like, you're back from your search for the prophesied knight, I presume? By the way, we can't. We have no idea about the fourth night. Like that's not elaborated at all. I'm guessing it's gonna be elaborated soon, or maybe it's gonna be still kept a secret for a little while. I have no idea. Place your bets. Do you think it's gonna be revealed soon, or there's gonna be some complication that's gonna keep the fourth night away for a bit longer? So yeah. Anyways, we have Trish and to talk with. That can wait until later. Could you maybe explain what's going on? Which is true. Like you see, when you return from a journey, I guess it confirms that Trishan's knights were not on the journey. As we you get returned, then you see three of your knights beating up a bunch of people with them on the floor and then a bunch of destruction around them. Also, we get a shot of Percival in the middle of his friends being all beaten on the ground, as well as the coffin. So yeah, anyways, then we get Chion saying, these are Chaos Knights in the service of King Arthur. And to prove it, here he bears the piece of the coffin of eternal darkness, taken from our castle. So yeah, I guess someone was snuck in and took it. Totally not suspicious at all. Totally not. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything elaborated upon about unknown, it's just, it's noticeable. Also, I'm guessing it's not elaborated again if the Chaos Knights are servants or anything. I don't think there's no comment. Anyways, then we have Trisha be like, they are Knights of Chaos, as we just see Donnie, Nazians, and Anne on the floor bleeding. Like, they're not dead, but they are, like, bleeding. Like, Donnie, supposedly doesn't have any injury in his head, but he does have, like, a good hip injury. Nazians has, like, a good belly, and Anne just seems to have damaged her arm. Anyways, they have Trisha be like, they hardly seem that way to me. Which is true, like you don't see that being the knights. Which I'm not there's not comment about power, but I'm not sure there's not comment about power, but it does seem like the Chaos Knights are what they are called from Camelot, not the Holy Knights. So yeah, anything we see Nazia's like trying to speak, it's like flop, flop, flop. But yeah, anyways then Trisha is like, have you been using a sylph? Remove it at once. And then we get a totally non suspicious page or pages with Cheon being hearing that with his body being a bit more dark on a darker gray side, as he's like, okay, as he's a bit of a maniacal smile on his face. Totally not suspicious at all. Totally innocent. I feel like he's gonna be the top member of Tristan's group. Like I know Tristan's gonna be on the show, but I feel like he's just gonna be the fan favorite. So yeah. Anyways, then we see the self disappearing from Nazian's body, and I'm guessing that also goes for Anne because we see Anne and Nazian and Donnie like both all coughing back. As they start to pant, as they're all like, "Ow!" As then we have I'm guessing JB like this is going way too far. This is going way too far. But look, oh actually I think that was Tristan saying it. Anyways, then we have someone say, or maybe it's all be like, but look, Prince, the piece of the coffin. As then we have Tristan saying, I had word just the other day that the dragon fragment was seized by an ally. And it's like, huh? Well, it's actually true. Wait, the information about the coffin being taken has actually been reported? I guess that was Hauser. Yeah, Hauser. It was probably Hauser. Although I'm kind of surprised that if he did get this information from Hauser, I'm surprised he can't remember his nephew. Wait, his nephews, right? Or is that something else? I'm not sure what you humans call your family relatives. But yeah, it's kind of weird. If that it would be Hauser, he can't recognize his the nephew of Hauser or something. But yeah, maybe they just were never that close. Something maybe that's the case. I think Donnie should be on the same registration, but they're still kind of weird. Anyways, then we have Fizzleback, huh? But anyways, then we have Chion grabbing Percival by the shoulder as she was like, didn't quit get ya, huh? Too bad. Guess you're a lot luckier than I thought. So I guess he's kind of teasing the fact that they almost killed him. I question if you guys would be able to do it. Like, aside from being idiots, or bimbo, but in Israel's case, I don't think you guys would have been able to defeat Percival. So yeah, anyways, then we get some demonic language as Percival is the one saying in his bubble. It's like, I'm all alone again. Donnie, Nazians, and, which are for some reason in reverse, as the person is like, you all took them from me. As then he grabs Gion by the hand, and she's very surprised by it. I guess he was expecting him to be aware of what's going on. And then Gion starts to scream. Tristan and Isola turn around as Percival just throws Gion away. As then we just get a looming shot of Percival's hand. As then we have Jake be like, Gion, what is it? As Gion's like, my arm. As Gion starts to remove his hand. And then Tristan looks at their arm. Isol and Jade also look at their in shock and horror. As then we see what can only be described as a decaying or dried up Chion's arm. Like, you know those animation stuff when they depict a character like losing life forms and becoming like the dad or something like that, like they're dying. That's kind of what Chion's arm right now looks like as he screams in agony as Tristan and Isolde look at in more shock honestly than horror. So yeah, anyways, then we have Chion just shaking the hand that's like just this like just crawling and just like his it's like his arm's been mummified. Sure, Buffett would say it's more like zombified. Anyways, then we have Isola be like, did you do that? Answer me! Yes, I guess this question is logical now. Then we have Isola be like, Jade, remove the darkness at once. Show this boy what he's done to him. Alright? I mean, to be fair, you guys do kind of deserve a bit of a spanking, or at least a bit of punishment. But anyways, then we have Jade like be like, yes, right. As then we go have Percival going for the throat, Jade's throat. Anyways, as Jade's about to say, away to the darkness. So yeah, no, I do question if this is actually Percival or if it's something kind of like a kind of like a second personality or like some kind of instinct that takes over when he wants to start killing. Then I'm gonna go into more at the end, but just something about it just gives me the feeling like that's what's happening around here. So yeah, anyways, as if person was about to like use the same thing he did to Cheon, Eon Tristan shows up and kicks Percival into the air as she's like no, as Tristan is like a bit panicked as his foot was still being crushed enough for it. As then we have Percival saying something in demon language, which I'm gonna call it out. There's any other names. As then we have uh, Trish like, we don't know who this boy is yet. Jade is like, knock off. As then we have so like, Jade, speak to me. As Trish is like, it's too dangerous to take off. Anyways, then we have Tristan going his scratching a bit and jumping into the air, blowing dust everywhere as dying not as and Anna looking at it as they see glowy feathery wings as they're like bird wings. As then we see a panel with Tristan and his as four angelic wings, which again he seems to have definitely went more of his mother aesthetic than his father. Like he just seems like he got like the body structure of his father, and everything else was Elizabeth. I mean, well, I guess you were a bigger fan of Elizabeth. You were much. I wonder if there's any hatred up between him and Meliodas. I don't know. It's gotta find out how little he actually has of his demon roots shown to in his anything. So, anyways, as Trish is in the air, he's like, "Who are you? If you serve chaos as my allies claim, I must assume you are our enemy." So yeah, I guess he's been. I'm getting more reasonable. Like Jade, he's more speak logical. Like, alright, if you serve chaos, then you're my enemy. Which, to be fair, your allies aren't really the best. Which I do wonder again, is this going to be like one of those pure I wanted two groups of good guys fight amongst each other, so that's what's happening here, or if there's something else. Because if we actually do have like the other knights be more reasonable, I'm just gonna consider that to be that what they will always. But we're just supposed to have them this conflict with them just for the sake of the story. But yeah. Anyways, then we have person saying something guy his weird this weird demon language is like Vazigra. Anyways, then we have then we have Tristan like the tongue is not familiar to me, and this magic it's rough, wild, pulsing like heartbeat. So yeah, this tongue may not actually be this language may not actually be demon language, but it's hard to tell because it's possible the demon language just isn't something that's speaking around. Like you don't see demons around here. I mean, we saw fairies, we saw giants, but for the most part, Miller's the only one who speaks demon. Although I guess there is Zeldris and his and that those people, but I'm not sure exactly how much interaction Zeldris and Gilda and anyone else would have with them, or if even if they spoke in a demon language. I think they spoke in a demon language in the Cursed by Light movie ever. So maybe even if he went to Zeldris, he wouldn't exactly speak in their tongue. But yeah. Anyways, then we see Tristan closing one of his eyes and then opening out to get that symbol, okay, that eye symbol, as he uses twinkling star. Twinkling star? Is that's gonna be one of his spell attacks? Twinkling star? I mean, it's an accurate title, but still, it's kind of hilarious. So yeah. Anyways, then we see a giant star, like it's titled, over the city. As then we see per, as then we see also Tristan raising his hand when he uses that. As then we have Anne like getting back up again. I mean, it does make sense. Like she only got hurt by by on her arm, so it does make sense why she'll be able to stand up. And she's like, Percival. Anyways, then we have Tristan be like, no, not a demon then. Which again, he actually looks a bit like, or like I said, Tristan's design just seems to be like Percival in a more angelic form. Like if those artists who like draw characters in some other series to different series, like I think they did like a Phantom Troop. If Phantom Troop was the Espadas like you know one of those outfits? It's like if they had to redraw Meliodas in an angelic form. That's basically Tristan's design. So yeah, and then we have Tristan being shocked by it as he gets Percival ramming into him with a headbutt, as then Tristan's a bit like flying around or spinning around as Percival continues his attack. As then Tristan actually pulls up two swords. One seems to be a black sword, the other one seems to be a white sword, which actually is the first the demonic attack that he has or tendency he got. As then Tristan like just does like an axe slice around Percival. And then Tristan looks back as just Percival's falling, as then Percival crashes on the ground where everyone is. And in case you're wondering, yes, we do see up skirt shot of Isolde. I'm guessing this is just gonna be like a running visual theme in this outfit for Isolde until she gets like a new outfit or something. Because this is like, I think every single chapter has had this upper skirt shot or at least some kind of shot of her panties throughout this entire time. Oh, the fan arts is gonna be crazy of her. They might already be. Research for later. So yeah, anyways, as then we see in the next page we have a person who's screaming joke, and in this form he actually looks very monstrous. Like it's not very much of a difference. It's not like Izuku who like had his outfit completely destroyed, covered with mud and all that. Like it's very simple changes, and I don't think the color scheme for Person are going to be any darker. But it's kind of interesting how monstrous he looks. Like his clothes are like destroyed as his axe. Like his hands look more monstrous like as the black orbs also around there. I mean, this could literally be like, you know those like I think this guy Percival literally looks like he would be one of those like more unknown monsters, but you know they're very powerful. Like you know the background, and you don't know what they are, but then they are fucking freakish as all hell when they actually start doing stuff. Like you know Pranaya, for example. That's kind of what I'm getting here. So yeah. Anyways, then we have Isolde getting her mace ready, as if that's gonna do anything. As Tristan comes down, so like, let us join you, Prince Tristan. Which say what you want about Tristan's school, but at least they're fucking loyal and they want to do something. Well, loyal for most of them, even regardless. But anyways, then we have Tristan be like, I hate to shed needless blood, but I may not have a choice. If that's the case, then maybe you should thought that lasted to your squad. At least that would have been better. Anyways, they have Chion be like, hurry, strike him down, come on now! As Chion's screaming that while Jade is looking over him, which makes me kind of think that Jade's gotta be more like a support fire similar to Chion. So I guess that Isolde and Tristan are gonna be like the power fighters while Chion and Jade are gonna be like a support, which now I think about it, that's also kind of how the Percival's gang breaks out. Anne and Trish and Percival are the powerhouses or the combatants with, the big gap between Percival and Anne, but you know what I mean, like they're powerful. With Donnie and Nonsense being more support. So yeah, kind of a similar dynamic. I wonder if that's gonna be the case for all of the knights if they have a group. So yeah, anyways, then we have Josh or something, as then we see a very honestly probably the best shot, probably the shot that's going to be used in all our videos, or like the best character shot of them for now. Or like one of the best moments. Let's be real here, as we see Donnie, Nazians, and Anne with their broken, with still damaged, clearly still bleeding, as they are standing up to protect Percival from Tristan. As we have Anne be like, we'll never let you do that. As Anne's holding her arm is like completely messed up. Which makes me wonder, is it a user explosion? Because I don't think she did. Like maybe it was, but it was like one of those very small parts. But I think she just hit it. Then we have Nas be like also like he's on the knee, like he's clearly the one who's the most wrecked here. Is like we're here to protect Percival, and he's also bleeding. And then we have Don be like, yeah, because you are our hope, which I guess is sent to Percival. But and it was also like he does clearly honestly the one who's the most like bad. And it's like he's still getting his arm ready for his telekinesis. So but he's still shaking. So yeah, then we get them going up. And was there just to be like, "You're in mortal danger. Leave here at once. The boy is simply not normal." To be fair, neither are you, but it's true. He's not normal at all. But yeah, anyways, then we have Anne be like, as she turns around, goes and hugs Percival, and says like, whether he's normal or not, he's Percival. As it's like a cute, like a friendship kind of hug, which is kind of a weird thing. I guess they're expecting him to be calmed down so they can finally come to a situation. Like with Tristan here, who's more calm and more rational, like even if they're enemies, they are clearly in danger here, people. Paul as well as the Nazis also joins in the hug, which from what I've heard is actually a little bit of a shipping kind of battle. It's kind of question if Nazis is also a girl and all that, which is kind of funny. Although I think and is actually inspired by Percival's wife in the foreign legends. But yeah. So anyways, they have Nazis be like, "We are right here. We will never let you be alone." As they go for the hug, and then we get like a shot of Percival. Obviously, this is where his face would be, but it's covered by the darkness. As then we have Tristan be like, the magic waves are stabilizing. And so I was like, huh? So yeah, anyways, there have Donnie be like, pretty much the fan base here. As he's like, you call yourselves Holy Knights of the Ionis? This is Percival, the Knight of the Apocalypse. Your king invited here. And then we get Jay be like, ah? Jay's like, huh? As is like, no! I guess she's realizing either she's like denying it or she's realizing, oh shit, please don't tell me I've actually attacked one of the people that his magic summoned. Meant. But anyways, as they are having all these reactions, which I am gonna wonder what kind of punishments they'll be receiving, I'm kind of getting a feeling like they're gonna be you know what would be fitting? Considering how Melrose is, I wouldn't be surprised if he's got their punishment is to serve at the bar hub. They have to like eat his food. Like one of those would be even I can totally see this like being a joke in the next couple chapters where Percival's like Melrose like first of all, your squad decides what punishment they get. And then Percival's like, I know, as if they're stuck in the king's cooking. I mean, I mean, himself addresses the fact that it's fully desirable, or at least he admits that it's not all that good, or hopes it's gonna be good. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, it's interesting now is the fact that we see a Cheon power who's like Disc, which yeah, Cheon's either a spy or has some personal hatred towards Percival. I have no idea which one, but I can guarantee you there's some vendetta there. So anyways, then we have Tristan saying the same thing as Solar said when he was like, remove the darkness from him. As just like, huh? Yes, my lord. There is a bit of a shadow of a cloud. As Percival's that those shadows disappeared, and then we see Percival crying. But it's like, guys, that's the part of the page where Donnie and Nana also exchange like kind of happy faces. And yeah, and that's the end of this whole conflict. Which I'm guessing that whatever punishment those three are gonna Jacob's gonna get, it's gonna be the next chapter, or the very next chapter is gonna be explaining with the punishment coming later. So yeah, let's talk about a few things. So first of all, Cheon is extremely suspicious. Like there are multiple reactions in this chapter where he looks like he would be the spy, or at least the traitor. And yeah, that's pretty much what I feel like most people saying it is, or the way like he's sadistic. So the question now is what one of these is. It feels a bit early to introduce the traitor thing, but it's also possible that maybe it's supposed to be like a bit of a quick insanity earlier on kind of thing. I don't really know. I feel like it's also gonna be revealed very soon, of all things, because I feel like Trisha would have to question a few things. Like I feel like Meryl and Trisha are gonna be like, "What the hell were you three fucking idiots doing?" I mean, Isla's a bimbo, so all right, you're an idiot. So I do actually see it. But what the fuck were you two doing? I mean, you do know how dumb Isla is. Like I could totally see something like that. Or just be like, Cheon said we should. Cheon said. So I could totally see like Chia would be the one to take a bit of the blame here. Like he's the number one suspect. I mean, Tristan even saw the fucking self. So yeah, I feel like there's gotta be things being cleared up pretty soon. So yeah, now anyways, as to Tristan's character, there's nothing about Tristan's character so far to really talk about. He's more like he's good, just there's nothing special. Like his introduction was clearly just one of those forced badass moment, this kind of moment with everyone. So it's not like there's anything much to talk. But yeah, Tristan is so yeah, Tristan's just standard for now. As for part wise, in case someone wondering, because I feel like people throw their fits around, Tristan would have been able to defeat Percival easily. Between Tristan and Lancelot, where the strength will go, which I'm kind of surprised we didn't get, like a Lancelot showing up and like the blocking or something kind of scene. Well, because there's a more serious action piece. Because there's a more serious action piece from Lancelot, and the fact that Lancelot said that if Percival fought the Dark Talismans, he would have lost, and in fact how maneuvering Philip was to Percival. I guess that makes Lancelot a bit more impressive now, but I could easily see Tristan be doing more. It's just it's kind of like one of those situational things. Plus, it's possible if Percival got a bit of a power gap or something in those lines. But yeah, that's all my thoughts on the chapter. So, anyways, tell me in the comments below what do you think about this chapter. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you think she was a spy or just a sadist? And tell me how do you think how great of the emotional moment between Percival and his squad is here. And yeah, with all that said, I hope you like this video. I hope leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And that's it. I cannot wait to see all your mortals next time. Goodbye.